Welcome back to Shark Tank. I'm here with Mr. Wonderful and Mark Cuban somewhere around here. And what do we do on this show?
A lot of stuff. Very nice, very evil stuff.
All right, well, buy a company and then I'll make $1 million, I think.
Welcome back to the Shark Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, the benevolent, intelligent, excellent, and eloquent Mr. Donnie Wonderful, a.k.a. Big Time Donnie. And we are right back at you with another episode of The Essentials, another birthday edition for the second year straight. And today we will be ranking Booker, King Booker, or Booker T. And on a side note, Booker T is one of my favorite wrestlers, and he also helped start the media career of yours truly. Yes, indeed. My very first interview off the cuff. Didn't know it was going to happen until maybe 5 minutes before. That night, that evening, myself, Dante and I, Dante Luna, we interviewed Tommy Dreamer and Booker T the same night, and it was absolutely exquisite. And a link to those will be provided in the description box if I remember to do it. Hopefully I will. But ever since, not even ever since then, I mean, Booker T's always had a place. And these essentials are always raw, uncut, unedited, off the cuff. You know, like no notes are brought forth. We try to, and we, as in my esteemed colleague, Mr. Joey Business and I, we try to fashion these like living room conversations or basement conversations on the couch with your boys watching wrestling. So, again, the descriptions are in descriptions of the rating criteria is in the description box. However, I will reference them. So there's 2 criteria that we use. Now, one of them comes from Bret Hart's Autobiography, My Real Life in the Cartoon World of Wrestling, where he evaluates wrestlers based on 3 things. The wrestlers' look, promo ability, and their in-ring work, and he scores them from 1 to 10. Now, that's the first half of the video, and then the second half, we get into the Shark Tank Revolutions, our very own unique rating system. 3 categories as well, but we rank them from 1 to 5, and there's 0.2s, there's 0.5s. You know, there's a lot of leniency in our scoring system, and that one is by far one of my favorites, seeing that I'm part creator of it, so that's kind of biased. But nevertheless, those are the 2 rating systems that we use, and there's tangents. There's going to be random nostalgic points, different stories, point of views, all of that and beyond. And this, I believe, we're in the high 30s right now, or mid 30s. And I encourage you all, if you're new, to go back, find a wrestler that you love, and listen to some of our reviews of them. But now it is Booker T, and I will say that when ranking Booker T, I am going to attempt to stay true to just ranking his solo career. That's the WCW solo run that he had, the WWE solo run that he had, and even the TNA solo run, and then back to WWE. So those years, and I believe, Harlem Heat broke up in around the late 90s, maybe 97, 98, probably 98 or 99. Can't remember. Correct me in the comment section, please. But that's who we're going to be focused on. Booker T in those years, the solo years. Shout out to Harlem Heat, one of my favorite tag teams ever. Well, let's begin. Sorry, I'm also consuming water, the unofficial beverage of this episode, H2O, agua. All right, so first a wrestler's look scored from 1 to 10. And before recording this, I just listened to Bret Hart use the same rating system to scale Drew McIntyre and a couple of others. And Bret, just like my esteemed colleague, Mr. Joey Business, shout out to Joey Business, what he said, the example he used is when you walk in the room, these wrestlers have a look, a presence, an aura. And I can say, like, I've stood side by side. Booker T, he definitely has that presence. You know, if he walks into anywhere, an airport, you know, he has the physique of an athlete. And this was about 9 years ago. So not the prime of his career look, but you can definitely see that there was something there. I mean, his fingers were chiseled. As a matter of fact, I'll likely use that in the thumbnail that you see while you're watching this video. Me and Booker T, and I have boxing hands, and his hands damn near trump mine. So yeah, Booker T definitely fits that. He fits that criteria. I also, one of my favorite things to include in this is the ring attire. I was a huge fan of the ring attire. I know I said I was going to keep it solo, but hey, when Booker T started solo, he had the, I believe he was still using the Harlem Heat Flames. But even from that, you know, his ring attire with the trunks, well, you know, it worked for him. It worked for him, and you know he was always in shape, had a chiseled look, you know, like broad shoulders. He was a strong man, just much like his brother Stevie Ray. So if Bret Hart gave Drew McIntyre a 9, I think it's safe to give Booker T a 9, even though I know how I am. And if you're not new to the channel, you know how I am when it comes to ratings. I can easily give Booker T a 10 because he damn near deserves it. For instance, if Bret Hart gave Hulk Hogan a 10, all right, with the 24-inch pythons, yes, if Hulk Hogan walks into a ring, or not a ring, sorry, if Hulk Hogan walks anywhere in public during his prime years, he definitely looks like, you know, he's a wrestler. He's an athlete. He gets a 10. I believe he gave Andre the Giant a 10, King Kong Bundy a 10. That's why recording this off the heels of listening to that really has me reevaluating some of these guys. I forgot. I think he gave Shawn Michaels a 9. I gave HBK a 10. In my estimation of how he measures up in that criteria, but Booker T definitely deserves a 10. But I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna give him a 9. I'm going to give him a 9, and I think that's more than fair. But you know, in the comment section, if you agree that he should get a 10 because inside that's what I want to give him, maybe it's a little biased, maybe it's not. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. That'll be fun to engage with you all. So yeah, the wrestlers look, I'm gonna stick with a 9. The promo ability, and this is another one. So the promo ability, because Booker T wrestled in so many different decades, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, you know, he's had his fair share of different kinds of promos. So what I mean is, like, in the 90s, of course, you had the locker room promos. Wrestling was covered like a real sport. So, you know, you had your broadcast journalists or your journalist, rather, you know, Mean Gene Oakland in this case, or whomever it was. They have a microphone. They're reporting live from the center of the ring or the or the locker room. There is a specific locker room interview with Booker T that's infamous. Not gonna mention it, but yeah. So, you know, Booker T gives you the versatility in that. In the 2000s, and the WWE formula still uses this and utilizes this technique today. You get the kind of reality TV type deal where there's a camera in the back. It's capturing backstage random occurrences. Nobody really looks into the camera, but hey, he was great at that too. And there's a lot of those, and I want to say like vignettes and skits I'm going to add in this too. I'm going to give him a strong 8. Everything I thought he did on the mic was very entertaining. King the King Booker, the King Booker stuff was just amazing. The TNA main event mafia. We want respect. From now on, we take, we don't ask. I mean, like, come on, guys. Come on. Booker T's a strong 8. Well, we're at 17 points total right now, and I think if you get over 20, you're really good. So he's definitely gonna pass that. But I mean, his promo ability, I'll give him an 8. And again, I think I referenced this on my last video that I did for Mr. Perfect, that anytime you make your way into the commentary booth, if you're able to hold your own there, I mean, that really means that you're, the cream of the crop as far as being witty and being able to articulate yourself. So I definitely have Booker T in high regards. And this is a strong, strong, strong 8 across many different gimmicks and scenarios. Even we'll count the stuff that he was doing with Goldust. That was hilarious. It was hilarious. So yeah, so definitely an 8 there. And then, his in-ring work. And what you got from Booker T, and now I have to reference the Harlem Heat, his Harlem Heat days. You got great tag team wrestling, and you got phenomenal singles wrestling. He come on. I mean, the same things we praise Bret for. I'm going to give him a perfect 10 here. And what I will say is his 10 is different from, let's say, like a Bret Hart's 10. Bret Hart was a great technical wrestler, told a story in his wrestling. Everything had reason. Everything had a purpose. Was Bret Hart more athletic than Booker T? Absolutely not. So a man that size doing scissors kicks and having signature moves, and I called the Spinneroonie a signature taunt. It was always on time. No one ever booed the Spinneroonie. It was never corny. It was something that he did. It affected absolutely nobody. Like it caused no damage to him or his opponent, but yet we all wanted to definitely see that. And I think that, if you're able to command that type of response, you know what you're doing in there. But, Booker T's finisher, all of the finishers actually, I reference Harlem Heat again. The Heat Seeker looked great. The Harlem Hangover, like Booker T's taking the risk in most of these moves. The bookend, scissors kicks. You can go on and on and on and on. For a tall man to be able to move like that, it means a lot, man. Shout out to Booker T and Stevie Ray. You guys were absolutely entertaining to watch from bell to bell. One of the greatest tag teams to ever wrestle, Harlem Heat and Booker T. When you went on your singles run, every incarnation of that was entertaining. You brought your wife in, Queen Charmel. Everything worked, and now Booker T on doing the pre-shows, he still works. Shucky Ducky, quack quack. Shout out to the comedian Shucky Ducky, by the way. Sorry for the tangent, but hey, this is what we do. I'm the tyrant of tangents here, damn it. Okay, so now let's move along to our rating system, the essentials, hence the name of this playlist. 3 categories, Innovative effectiveness, classic matches, classic rivalries, defining and redefining moments. Okay, so innovative effectiveness, the ability to work as a baby face or heel. Man, I'm going to give this a strong 4.5. I added that 0.5 just now. 4.75. And the reason why I say this, so now we can kind of encompass the entire career. Harlem Heat were a great heel team. A decent babyface team, only because I was used to them being heels. Booker T himself was a great babyface and a very entertaining heel. Everything worked. You know, he wasn't getting booed out of the building, but he was definitely getting booed. I can tell you that. And when he would turn heel again, when he would turn babyface, you would cheer. Here's the return of the Spinneroonie, crowd favorite, man. I think he works great in both babyface and heel. And I'd say that the only reason why I'm shorting him 0.25 points is because I feel like I'm going to give him the perfect round out to this whole to our rating system. I'm pretty sure going on to the next categories, which I'm about to transition over to now, he's going to get 5 and 5. And let's see. So I wanted to kind of give him some leeway here, but 4.75 rather. Classic matches and the classic rivalries. Okay, so this one I am going to make a case for a classic. No. Classic matches, plural, and classic rivalry. Do you all remember the 1997 best of 7 series that he had with Chris Benoit, or the wrestler that shall not be named if WWE ever hears this? But yes, him and the Crippler did the best out of 7 matches, and it escapes me right now who won that, but it spread all across Nitro, and I think it ended like at a slamboree. Again, like, you know, this is all off of memory, and as we get older, some of our memories fade. So if I make a mistake, please correct me in the comment section. Not sure of the pay-per-view, but I remember match 7 felt like a game 7 of whatever professional sports organization that you love. Game 7 of the NBA Finals, Super Bowl, it felt that way because they had some really, 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 really great matches, and you kind of knew that it was gonna go all 7. So real quick, I just want to digress for a little bit. So AEW recently did that with the Elite versus Death Triangle, and it went all 7. And I must say, even though we knew it was going to go all 7, even those matches were really entertaining. And as entertaining as those were, I implore all of you, watch Booker T versus Chris Benoit go all 7. You know, all 7 of those matches. A++. And I may even be getting the number of matches wrong. I doubt it. But yeah, so that's up there. Oh, man, Booker T and The Rock. You know, what can I say? A circa invasion angle time. It was something that, we don't speak of a lot. But I'm telling you, like, it was a great time to be alive and a great time to be a wrestling fan during that invasion angle. So it was interesting to see. Let's see. Every time, it's not a rivalry, but if you happen to see, or not see or catch, but anytime Booker T and Jericho were in the ring, it was magic. My boy, Booker T and Bret, I think they only wrestled like once or twice, but it was great. So sadly, like, all of those would be honorable mentions, really. And, because you don't hear people talking about them as much as they really could or should. I would say, let's go over to TNA. AJ, stop. Listen. Okay. All right. I'm going to give Booker here for classic matches, classic rivalries. I'm going to give him a 3.5, but it's high. It's a high 3.5. I thought it was going to be 5 and 5 for the next two, but it's a high 3.5. All right. Okay. Damn, do I want to stay at 3.5? This is why I love doing these things. You guys are hearing the duality of my personality right now. My heart is saying, go to a 4. But I kind of want to be somewhat... do I want to be objective? You know what? Fine. 3.75. You're my boy, Booker. You're my boy. Huge fan. And then the defining and redefining moments. I can tell you one that was a defining / redefining moment deferred. Well, it was supposed to happen at WrestleMania in Houston. Hunter, come on. The promo packages were perfect. The success story was written beautifully, immaculately. Even the promos, I can forgive that, people like you aren't supposed to be here. All right, fine. No matter whatever, we're expecting Triple H to lose this match. We want Booker T to spin a Rooney with that belt. Didn't happen. That should have happened. That's one of the should haves. But I can tell you one defining moment that nobody expected. Go to Bash at the Beach 2000. I was watching that live, and I remember all of that. I watched that what was it? Dark Side of the Ring. That Dark Side of the Ring episode. I watched that intently. I remember watching that pay-per-view in my room, seeing, oh wow, this is something going. Hey now, and this is after Wrestling with Shadows it's been airing for the past year and a half, or even a bit longer, probably about 2 years. So we know what turmoil looks like. That looked and felt real. But when Vince Russo came out, cut that promo and said, yes, Jeff Jarrett will be wrestling, Booker T, who wrestled earlier during the day, and then the interview where before the match, where he didn't know what was going on. He was just going out there, competing for a championship, his very first title victory. He had, I don't know if that really was the plan, but they executed that to a T. Because going to school, now this is kind of different. At this time, like the internet's out, so people can look up the spoilers or find out what happened. So it's not like how it was in the 90s when everybody was asking, who won this match? But that was a conversation that we definitely had the next day in high school. Like, I'm sorry, it wasn't even high school. Where was I? I think my co-op program. I was in a co-op program. There you go. I was in a co-op program. So going in there, I was like, man, y'all saw what happened last night? They're like, yeah, man, Booker T's the champion. A defining moment. That I think that moment that Vince Russo gave Booker, whether it was intentional or not, really, really skyrocketed him to the moon, because he never looked down ever since. Never looked down ever since. His WWE title reigns, TNA, all of it, man. Hey, listen, the man's whole career is a defining moment. Here's his perfect 5 right there. Damn it. Too much to name. My boy, Booker T. Thank you guys for listening to this tangent. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. We're now over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all our supporters and all our new supporters coming on. And if there's anybody anyone that you all want us to rank on this rating system, please let your voices be heard. I hope you all enjoyed me talking about Booker T and some of my fond memories. I know I've missed and omitted a lot. You guys can let me know what you think in the comment section, and we will definitely engage with you in there. I promise you. So, until the next one, thank you guys for checking out the Essentials.